Boys and girls, it is a Tuesday evening. We're working our way through the work week. It is after work day. We are here talking to the fine talent on the independent scene. And oh, boys and girls, do we have a goodie? We have a return, if you will. This is Stir in the Pot with Don Kincaid and my very special guest, one J BouJii. What's up, baby?
Thank you for having me back on. And more importantly, thank you for getting my name right. I remember the first time I came on, you had a little bit of troubles with it, but you got it right and you finally got a t-shirt, I see.
Well, our relationship has been quite rocky, if you will, like a roller coaster. When we see each other at the events and have some fun and whatnot. But I figured I wanted this one. I wanted to show just a smidge more respect than I did the last one. That was back last May. It's almost been a year, my man.
Wow, damn. It's been
Yeah.
very long.
So I wanted to get some merch. Wanted to look all nice and ready for my special guest, and I wanted to put some respect on that name of J BouJii.
There we go.
Uh, and there's been a lot of happenings within this past year. I haven't seen you as often as I would like because you've been in different areas instead of this area over here, but that's okay. You can't always see the talent in your local area, and I know they have to do their thing and spread their wings and take over, if you will. You see what I did there?
I see.
Uh,
Good job. Good job.
but even a year ago, and I said it on record, and I've said it even off record. I've said it at the venues. I've said it amongst other fans. I've said it to your face. J BouJii and company are going to be stars. Just keep an eye on these guys. So here we are, 1 year later. You've all spread your wings, and I'll go through the whole group that we speak of. We have one J BouJii, we have one PJ Savage, and we have a tag team called Faceless Ones,
Yes.
Face and Jacob, correct?
Jacko.
Jacko. I am so sorry. Please don't sick him on me. And Jacko and Face, yes. Again, I don't see them often, so their names slip my mind. But man, you guys have been tearing up the scene. The promos have changed with all of you, with the visual, with the presentation, with the attitude, the verbiage, if you will. Not only that, but there's been a takeover, and you guys have been doing your thing.
Yeah.
So let's start with J BouJii because, and I know we kind of want to do a focal point on the takeover, but Mr. BouJii, no matter where you go, and I think we've even spoken about this, no matter where you go, you always make a mark, an impact, if you will, in each promotion. And I see that even from afar with the relationship that you have with the fans in different areas of where you're working here. Talk to us in this past year. You've been opening, the doors have been opening a little bit for yourself. Talk to us about some of the promotions you've been checking out, getting your foot in the doors, and making an impact if you could.
So yeah, definitely from the last time we spoke in May, there weren't that many opportunities presented to me quite yet, because I was only like out in the Indies for like a month at that point. Like we just met up at TOS when we did the training day, and then I know we started doing the XWA thing up there, but after that, things just started flowing, like it just started opening up. So for instance, Invictus Pro Wrestling, when I first reached out to Invictus, they didn't really have anything for me. And they said like, hey, if you want to come by and be like an extra guy, you can. And I told them, like, thank you, but no thank you. Like I'm not, when I got something for me, I'll come through. And then they end up having the Rising Stars showcase. I went there. It was a Rumbles. I think it was like 20 man Rumble, something like that. And that was kind of like whenever the story between myself and PJ Savage started with Sin and Takeover. So that has been crazy. We just actually wrapped that up. What was it? And yeah, February 11 Let Die in a crazy ass unsanctioned match, which is that was fun. That was very fun. Other than Invictus, where else have we been? IWA now. We just actually rebranded. As you've seen this past weekend, all of us are changing there.
The landscape has changed in
Oh,
IWA, my man.
yeah, 100%, without a doubt. Like, We went in there and we did exactly what should have happened months ago. You know, we changing things up, we taking things that we want, and we finally did it. And I think now that people understand that like takeover isn't just like some like slogan. You know, like we like seriously mean that. You know, because I guess you know the story. Like you know, we was locked down for a couple years. We couldn't go out and do indies, couldn't do the X, Y, and Z, the whole thing. And then now I was like, all right, we gonna take every single thing that we can, and IW was just the first place. I've been with Upper Limit Wrestling too. They haven't ran too many shows yet, but it's been good though. I definitely like it being there. But SWF has been like SWF and IW have been the best things that has happened to myself. I can see on a personal note and also with the entire takeover because it was in November, I believe. The only person I was supposed to be there was PJ. He made his debut. But you know, wherever one of us go, we all follow. So PJ made his debut and we all stepped out right there with him. Everybody was like, whoa, like hell is this? Like that was like one of the first times like you seen like takeover in its full capacity because you'll always get different variations of it. You'll get PJ in the faces ones, or you get myself in the faces ones, or you get me and PJ. Like it switches, and it was never a time where we always just there as like complete like okay like these are the guys. So we went to SWF. I think it was Storm Surge, I believe the name of the show was, and we ran through that. That was fun, and then ever since then, every single match that I've had at SWF has been for a title. You know, PJ's automatically was put into the standalone championship title picture because you know it's the trifecta. It's Pro Wrestling After Dark, SWF, and standalone wrestling, and we want all of that. So right now, you know, we PJ's kind of doing this thing with standalone. I'm going after SWF Cruiserweight Championship. I actually got that match this weekend at Megaslam. Megaslam is this weekend, and that's gonna be crazy. I'm going up against Brando Lee. Uh, yeah, the House of Glory reject Ben Rutan. Yeah, he's garbage. I don't know why he's even in a match with me.
Oh,
Jay Evans, the real marquee. I like Jay Evans a lot. He's dope. Isaac. Honestly I can't say his last name. Yeah. I'm gonna get back to you on that one. But
Isaac Yankum, Dr. Isaac Yankum, you're going against Kane.
Jesus Christ, no, no,
Oh,
no, no. I just told you I'll get back to you. Why would you say that? That makes no
oh,
sense. No.
okay.
Damn,
Oh,
you
oh,
still
okay.
haven't changed. But
Oh, okay.
yes, it is and also Ace Andrews, and we're gonna be competing in a TLC match for the Cruiserweight Championship. That's gonna be really fun. I plan on hurting a lot of
Nice.
people. I definitely want to hurt Brando Lee. You know, I got distracted last show because of Ben Rutan came out after I literally stomped his head into the mat. I call that the bodega stomp. Remember that. The bodega stomp. That's what it's called. And then you know Ben Rutan want to come out, he want to distract me and everything like that. So it's okay though. Like he made himself a marked man. You feel me? Because I ain't have too much of a personal problem with him. Now I got a personal problem because you took away my championship opportunity. You know, you took the gold away from me, and I don't really like that. But I'll take care of him this Saturday. And then on the 30th, I'm right back at Invictus in a ladder match called the Climb for Clout ladder match. So I believe, oh, your boy Ichiban is in there. Haven't seen Ichi in a while.
you're
So
going. You're going now. Just saying.
yeah, yeah. Ichiban's gonna be there. You know, I haven't seen him in a very, very long time, so it's cool to be in there. I believe Skyros is in the match too. So we got some New England representatives in there. Pretty boy, Smooth, PB Smooth, I think his name is. I gotta look at it again. And PJ's there, of course, myself, and I think Little Mean Kathleen was in it. I gotta look at it again, man. It's so much going on with all these matches I'm having. All I care about is just that I'm winning. I got championships to take home.
Mm.
But you know, SWF, IWA have definitely been the best places for us.
Okay. Uh, there's a lot to take in right there. I know this is about Mr. BouJii and the takeover, but just real quick on Ben Root, and I know he had a little scare not that long ago outside of the ring. Do you know anything about his condition right now?
Yeah, he's a dumbass, and he's
Uh, uh,
gonna.
uh, uh. I didn't say it, Mr. Root. I did not say it, Mr. Root. I was just kind of curious. Excellent answer. That's what I figured. But also, I wanted to kind of kind of pick apart just a little bit because you were talking about yourself. And whenever I saw this, And I really wish both of you were here just to see my reaction, or even if I videotaped it. Whenever I first saw that PJ Savage and J BouJii were going against each other, I shit myself. And I mean, I popped, I jumped up, I'm yelling stupid shit. I'm like, holy dude, I really wish I had some video footage of that. Could you talk to us, the fans, about working a program against not only, someone that, you know, you obviously consider a friend, a brother, you're on the roads with him, but you're also all together with the other members that we spoke of with Jocko and Face as a takeover. You guys are doing something that's going to end up being very special in the long run, with seeing how you've documented your journey along the way. But talk to us, the fans, on how it is going against somebody that you run actually on the roads with, and you call a brother and whatnot, and do a program with. I mean, as an obviously, I'm not an athlete, so I wouldn't be like, how do you work against your brother like that? But or fight, because it's a PJ Savage, it's a straight up fight. But talk to us how you guys kind of get through something like that. Is it just like any other opponent, or what do you do?
So you could kind of say it's like any other opponent because it's like we're all competitors, and end of the day, it's like we all want that number one spot, and it's like who else better to fight than your brother, you know? Like I could trust them when I'm in the ring with them, no matter what, and we all know that we're gonna go out there and put together a 5-star, 10-star, or however many stars you want to give it type of match, you know? And it just adds a different dynamic. Like for instance, like a lot of people was like, wait, y'all a takeover. Why is takeover fighting? Why are y'all doing this? Like what's going on? And it's like, yeah, we're a takeover, but the thing about takeover is that any one of us could be that number one guy. You feel me? There is no like leader. There is no, oh right, this is his group, this is that group. Like, nah, like we just take over. So for us to have that program, it was really cool because it was actually my foot into Invictus. And then that actually ended up opening the door for me to bring in the faceless ones because PJ was with Sin there, and obviously everywhere else for a takeover. But it was really cool. It was different. My family was so confused. My brother was confused. My mom was there. She's like, I gotta boo him now. Like, what are we doing? What's going on? It was really crazy, but it was a real good story because like that was our very first time ever in a singles match, and then going from the singles match into the tag match that ended up bringing in the faceless ones in, and then going to the unsanctioned match, which was insane. Like that whole story was just wild because it's like one weekend we find each other, then next week we gotta go be on the same team. It's like, wait, like how are y'all able to do this? But it's business. End of the day, it's like, all right, well, today you on my side, and end of the day, it's like, if it ain't us, it ain't gonna be nobody. So you try to step at any of us and take us down, we all gonna stomp you out and hurt you. So it's like it was really cool doing that, and then just to be able to like show that I could stand on my own as well. Because PJ is a big dude. He has a very big presence. He's the heavyweight of the group. When you look at PJ, you're like, okay, he's that guy. PJ is a guy that anytime a promoter hits him up, they want to put the heavyweight title on him. They want to throw him in another faction. They want to have him as his main guy. So for me to go up against him and for the Faceums to go up against him is like, we're still here. There is no like lower tier takeover. There is no mid card, no fucking jobber takeover, none of that. Like we're all main eventers, and I feel like that really helped me stand out and to carve my own path. And then even like that with LTW. At LTW, that's a great promotions up on the rise. A lot of people give them shit because they're old backyarders, but I try to look at it from like those are just people who weren't fortunate enough to be able to pay $3,000 to go to a school. They got some dudes who been in the business for a little bit, who know how to bump, sell, do all that type of stuff, and they both they own ring like, hey, I'm gonna be self-taught. You know, I got nothing but respect for those type of guys. But when it come to like that story with PJ, it's amazing. And then it's like from this past weekend, look at us, like we all champions now.
Dude, I mean, it's simply amazing because I've seen you guys you hit that training day. It was you and PJ.
Yeah.
Like you said, there was if I'm not mistaken, a 4-way tag match, and
Yeah.
faceless ones were part of it as well.
Yeah.
Um, and even and we've spoken on this before. Right when you walked in the door, you kind of caught my direction. I caught your direction. I'm like, oh shit. And you came and attacked, and I loved every second of it. And ever since then, like I've said before, Uh, those are the things that draw us fans into what you guys and girls are doing. Coming through those curtains, coming through the doors, coming down the ramp, however you see it, and just creating that ambiance, that vibe of this is who I am. I'm giving it to you. And that's where we boo or cheer as a fan. And you guys always hit those notes, and I love it every single time. But my point being is watching you come, because I've never seen you live until then. Because again, you guys were just really blossoming out and spreading
Yeah,
your wings, as I say, into different areas and different promotions.
I think that was the
But
one's first show too, first indie
oh
show.
wow,
I think that
that's
was it.
that's amazing. um, but seeing where you guys are at now and working up to this IWA legit takeover. I mean, the entire landscape has changed from whoever the previous champions were, because I mean, I try to follow as many as I can, and I know of IWA, but I can't always keep a lock on who all the champions are and who all the talents are in the locker room. So talk to us about IWA. What is the name of the abbreviation here? So the guys and girls that are watching can actually check this place out.
Mhm.
And talk to us about getting in the door, and then not only that, but taking over legit. And I would like you to kind of go through the championship that yourself, PJ, and the faceless ones all hold, what they represent, what they're called, and who you guys beat, if we can fit all of that.
Yeah, 100%. So, IWA is Intense Wrestling Alliance. So they used to have another guy. He was helping run with it, but the founder and that guy they split ways. He went up did his own thing. The original founder Frank, he's like, yo, I'm rebranding. I'm rebranding. I want to do things my way. I want to do things a certain type of way. Like pretty much, he said, I believe in you guys. So when the roster itself was split and going separate ways, like yo, like we still here for you. It's like we just want work. We want to go out there, have this opportunity, and it really just opportunity. Like that's all that we really need because, we'll go certain places and we won't get the respect I want to say, or even like the same opportunity. Like for instance, like when we first started talking, it was like I haven't been up to Connecticut in forever. It's been a while, and that's been by my choice though, because like I've gone up there, and I just didn't like how I was presented in certain things and just how a lot of like business was done. So I was like, it's okay. I'm gonna go out and do my other thing. I definitely want to return up to Connecticut because there's so many fans up there that I gotta just get in the face and rip signs, of course. And then actually, funny thing too. The last time I was up there on my birthday, the fans that travel all the way to see Jared, I think that's his name, who was the sparring championship wrestling heavyweight champion. It was just at IWA this past weekend. Like I didn't even know they was gonna come. He wrote like a whole thing, like, hey, like we remember you and you made like a real big impact on us. So we're making our first trip out there. And it was like knowing that he drove how long he did just to come there on such a special night, like that meant a lot just to me. His son was there, picked him up, got him in the ring, like yo, like let's take this picture right here.
I believe who you're speaking of is him and his son are this dynamic duo that go all over the place for wrestling, and his name is Richard, if I'm not mistaken. Rich.
So yes, yeah,
Uh,
it was crazy. It was so crazy because I remember that night, like he was giving me hell. He was giving me hell while I was in that ring, and I'm just like, I gotta go over there and just bark back at him. And then it was just knowing that like me being just my true self connected with him in that way, and then his son, like it was amazing. So they came out to IWA. So IWA has been on ice for like 6 months now. No shows, no nothing, just constant like promoting, like we're coming back, we're coming back, we're coming back. So this was our first show this past weekend, and we opened up the show. It was me against Tahir James, where the winner was got a cash-in opportunity for the Breakthrough Championship, right? So like, all right, cool. We handled our business. Me and Takeover, we did what we had to do. I got that W. Then the very next match, the Breakthrough Champion Craig Steele was also the SWF heavyweight champion, which PJ Savage will take that from him very soon. He won his match, but I got that cash and opportunity whenever I want. So we made a couple plays. did a thing or two to him, and then all it took was a Yobi Yutter, and 1, 2, 3, and new. That was your new breakthrough champion. The crowd hated it. They hated it. God, like that set the tone for the night, because it's like some people hate opening up shows, but it's like I love opening shows because you got to follow me. I
Yeah,
love.
and if we could just pause there, and I hate to interrupt, I've always said that you have that bookshelf, you have the opener, and you have the main event, and you have to have solid on both ends in order
Yes,
to fill that evening to gain that main event energy, still with the fans, still hanging on with you, still giving you guys and girls that energy. So that bookend of matches is very, very important. And I will always say, and I know I've heard it from other people, when I will always reiterate, the opener and the main event, they're not exactly equal, but they have almost equal
the same responsibility.
importance to them.
Yeah, it is because it's like you're the guy. Literally, you're setting the tone for the night. If you shit the bet out there, it's gonna be hard to bring it back in the second match because now the guys in the second match they gotta like have an even bigger match than the third match. It just messes it up. It just fucks up the whole flow. So what better way to start the show off other than J BouJii and then ending the show with PJ Savage and then immediately right after an intermission Faces ones come out. So the Faces ones, they are the new IWA tag team champions. That match was pretty good. Face actually kissed somebody's mom in the crowd, and yeah, and then choked his son with a chain. So like yeah, so we took her son to the pole with the chain. So it ended up being a 2-on-1 match, but you got to win by all means necessary. Somehow, some way, his mom got him out, went up there, slapped Face in the face, which she should have been ejected from the building immediately. I don't know why she wasn't. Then her son tried to get a quick one and steal it from Face, but no, Face is sick. Face is a sicko, so he kicked out immediately. And he got a little overzealous. Then you feel me? Then 1, 2, 3, Faces was like your new tag team champions. So now you got, and the same I was telling you earlier, where it's like from the beginning of the show, you got me who made everybody in that building hate Takeover. Everybody, because you seen us back to back. We was literally the first two matches, so to say. And then now we come back out. I'm beating the shit out of him with a Krispy Kreme donut box while he's on the floor. I'm smacking him with it. PJ's over there doing his thing, and then once the crowd is like, "Yo, what is going on?" It literally felt like a takeover, legit. They had another match in the main event. I mean, actually, hold on, and let me get some credit to the guys that face and Jacko went up against. It was Brandon Downey and Holiday Hush. Now, big props to Holiday Hush because Hush is actually deaf. A lot of people don't know that, but he went in there and put on a hell of a fucking match, and people need to respect him. You feel me? Like some people think that he can't do it because the disability. Honestly, it's not even a disability. He has a gift. He has a gift where his other senses allow him to perform even at a higher capacity than some of us who have all our senses do.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, bro, it's a beautiful thing. It was really dope seeing that, and then seeing how my guys handled that situation. I mean, I still beat his ass with a Krispy Kreme donut box outside, but I'm gonna give him his props. But then in the main event, it was PJ Savage versus Chris Barton versus Ransom and versus Prince Ahmed.
What? Wait. Well, okay. Everybody calm the fuck down.
Yeah,
Uh, you said Prince Ahmed, correct?
yeah,
You said Ransom, correct?
yep,
You said Chris Barton, the Bushwhack Beast, right?
yeah,
Bushwick. Bushwick. don't say. Oh my God, he's gonna slit. Oh my God, I hope I don't see him anytime soon. And now we have PJ Savage. These four monsters in one match in one ring.
One match, one ring.
At the time, who's champion?
Vacant is for the vacant championship.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Brand new championship too. That title is beautiful. It is so beautiful. Like it's crazy because like we're heels, so to say, right? But every time we come out there, it's a reaction where people's cheering or it might be booing. I think I spoke to you about this before too, where it's like we got this thing where it's like it's split. Like people really like us and then people really hate us. And it's just like, how are y'all doing that? Just because we're real. We'll be authentic, It's like it's not like we're coming out there doing like some gimmick stuff. Like, nah, we just being ourselves. Like there was a 2 count, right? Where in the Faces one tag match, Face kicked out. I'm running up and down the ring like two, just doing it back and forth, and people just hating me. Some lady tried to trip me with a chair. I hopped over the chair. I turned back to her. I said, "Yeah, try again, try again." And he just hated it so much. I got people curse me out in Spanish. Like so much was going on, but I love it. It was just amazing because end of the day, we come out to entertain y'all and put on a great show. You know, like I've had people come to me and be like, "Yo, like." I don't really like going to your shows because I got to sit through everyone else's matches, not as entertaining and stuff like that. And it's like, nah, like come to the shows. You feel me? Like if you go to a concert, you got the opener. You're gonna sit there. You're not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna get there at 10:30 when the main guy comes on. No, sit your ass down and enjoy the show. So that's why at least whenever we're out there, we want to make sure everyone's having fun until the said guy or female woman that they came to see comes on. And at the end of the
Yeah.
day, we make a statement. So PJ main event Savage main event PJ. He went out there. He did his thing. I think he hit Barton with like 5 knees straight to the face, and it was a 3 count from there. I went and grabbed that title. I was like, oh, this thing heavy. This thing nice. And this is to all promoters that's watching this too. To everybody's watching this. PJ Savage is a fucking heavyweight, okay? He is not no tag team wrestler. We could just throw him a tag team title as a bone and all that stuff. Cut the bullshit. Cut the story shit. Cut the slow builds. Pull the fucking trigger. You feel me? That's the whole attitude there. If you want the title of this episode, pull the trigger. That's the title of this episode right here, okay?
I got you. I got you.
Pull the trigger. Like, stop waiting, because we're not gonna be here much longer. We're not. Like, our goal is to sign contracts to get on television. Do what we got to do. I remember talking to you from a year ago, and I'm pretty sure you can even tell the difference between a year ago BouJii and today BouJii is different. It's so different, and it's like we're out here working, and hats off to Frank and IWA for pulling that trigger. He's like, you guys are the best out here, and I believe it. You feel me? Because it's like we're guys, we're gonna give you at least 3 to 4 promos before a show. We're gonna promote the show. We're gonna go out there. We're gonna do what we gotta do. We're gonna entertain, as opposed to some people's favorites or friends with the bookers. They just phone it in. Oh, okay, I'm just here for a payday. We're not here for a payday. We're not here for that. We're here to make a fucking legacy. And to put our names out there amongst some of the best, and we believe we are the best. It's just some people don't want to give us opportunities. So guess what we do? We take that shit, and then now we just writing our own history. We taking it all. We writing everything down.
And that's a very valid point about the marketing aspect. I know, the Facebook, the Twitter, the Insta, and the Snap, and whoever's got what out there. That's kind of what and I wanted to attach that with the booze and cheers because of the modern day fan.
Hmm.
That's kind of how they're built. Really, I'm an old school fan. That's not what we did back then, and that's not what I do today.
Yeah.
I'll give you a quick example. They're trying to make me cheer for the firm at Test of Strength. I'm not cheering for the firm. Fuck you. Everybody can cheer for him. I'm still going to boo the fucking piss out of him. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to do it loud and proud with double fingers. That's kind of my tradition as a fan.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's that point, but oh
And
shit,
it's
I
like
forgot where I was.
you being a traditional fan to say is like I would never want anyone to come up to you and be like, no, cheer for this guy. Like, no, be you. Like you have a right to be who you are and what you are if you purchase a fucking ticket and you come out there to the show. You shouldn't be a Planet fan that be like, okay, when the firm comes out, I'm gonna cheer for them. When Ichiban comes out, I'm gonna cheer for him. Like, nah, like if you don't like that person, boo the fuck out of him. Yeah. Like, every time you see me, I remember the last time I was up at PAPW. Before I even went out, I already heard you. Already heard you. I'm like, damn, can I at least make it through the curtain first? But guys like you, Kincaid, and this is going to probably be one of the first times anyone ever sees me say something nice to you. Guys like you're very important to what we do. You help us more than any type of Twitter or Instagram or any social media feed can do. Why? Because you're real, you're authentic, and you're living in the moment. When and you're known out here. Like, everybody knows Kincaid. Everybody knows Kincaid. You feel me? You're one of the guys, and for you to go out there and be who you are, it just helps push our brand, because now it's like you're giving me the confidence where it's like, all right, cool. Like, I'm connecting with this guy here. If I can connect with him, I can connect with anybody. You know?
And that was kind of I was mishmashing points here. with all of the social medias. You guys really do your thing out there. And that is part, though, of connecting with us, because that's where we're at, waiting to see, is this talent going to put a promo out? Is this promotion going to put this match card out? We like the visual shit. We feed off of that because that's what fucking wrestling is. And then back to the fans real quick. That's what I try to do. If I hear a lack of energy from the crowd when X wrestler comes through the curtain, may it be a guy or a girl, and I'm going to give you a perfect example. Mills Hendricks comes through the curtain at PAPW Friday Night Alley fights here. I haven't been to a Friday Night Alley fight in a while. I haven't been to PAPW in a bit. So I'm not sure how some of the talent is down there, who cheers and who boos. And I got what I know. Anywhere I see Mills Hendricks, I boo the fuck out of him. Well, he comes out of the curtain, and I'll be totally honest with you. I didn't get that energy from the crowd. So I just lay out this huge, loud boo. He looks at me, shrugs his shoulders. I didn't know he was a good guy at PAPW. Nobody told me, but I booed the fuck out of him. So I hear the music, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's Dashing D 1000, Dashing D 1000.
Mm-hmm.
He's a bad guy. What the hell am I going to do here? So I booed for him as he came out. And then I'm like, okay, during the match, I got to cheer for somebody. And that's kind of my point here is the promotions that take the heels and just flip-flop them and make them a face
Yeah.
fucks with us. I
Yeah.
don't care for that whatsoever. And I'm not saying that's PAPW or that's TOS or that's whoever's fault. I'm just saying when those instances happen, because sometimes, you need a face or a heel for said instance. But when you flip flop like that on the fans, I'm like, when he comes out the curtain, I'm supposed to boo this guy regularly, and it just throws me way off.
Nah, yeah, and that's kind of like the thing too with us, where what was it? I believe like at Invictus, like they had me build as like a baby face, and the dude that does the Sign Rip podcast, I think Jerry, yeah, his name's Jerry. That's what I call him,
Oh,
Jerry.
Jackie G.
Yeah, yeah, and I forgot. I think his name is and Joe. What's his name? Joe or Mike? One of them. I don't know.
Joey G.
Yeah, I don't like him anyway. But still, they come out there and it's like they knew me from TOS and they booed me immediately. Immediately, it's like some people were cheering me because like, oh shit, like oh it's BouJii's at Invictus, blah, blah, blah. But it's like for me, I just like I don't ever try to just be like a pure face or heel, whatever. Like I just go out there and I just feed off the crowd, listen to the crowd, and then like I'll just do something. So it's like 9 out of 10 times I'm a heel. Some places might want to try and build me as a face. I'm like, obviously I could work face, but if you want to see some dope shit, let me just be me. Like
Yeah.
let me just be me. Don't try and put me in a box. I mean, end of the day is like I'm a performer at the end of the day, so I could do whatever needs to be done. But if you want to see some shit that you ain't never see before, you better just go out there and work. And I'm gonna work, and I'm gonna get that reaction. I'm gonna make people hate me, and while making people hate me, I'm gonna make people love me because I'm making others hate me. One half of the room is going crazy cheering me, one half is booing me. So that was pretty cool. Whereas they booed the shit out of me. I was like, God damn, you're booing me hard right now. But it was dope though. So most of the time it's like we just go out there and be ourselves. And the crazy shit too is that I worked at it was a show I had February or January. I was at SWF. Pure heel. Pure heel work. 100%. And it's like I was getting cheered. And it was like, hey man, like you're being beefing like bro, that's not my fault. Like this is they going to cheer for what they want to cheer for. I'm gonna keep doing my thing. But and then I ran into instances where it's like some people don't know how to get the reaction, and I know that I have like a really strong presence, so sometimes they don't. I'm like, bro, just go out there and work, just do what you do. Like it's literally not the moves, bro. It's not the moves at all. It's just how you connect with them. And I was talking to PJ the other day where it's like I told him like I think I figured this shit out when it comes to like the whole wrestling and the sports entertainer shit. Like I think I figured it out, and I'm starting to apply that now. And IWA was kind of like my first test run with it, so I'm gonna see what goes next. But Shit's crazy. Shit's crazy. Just being out here working and growing. Like we've grown so much within the last year. Like so much. Where to the point where it's like we're like locked up in dates. Like we gotta like turn down certain dates, and I'm never one that wants to turn down any dates. Like it's like, bro, my schedule is crazy. I remember last year I wasn't working like that. I'm working every weekend, and now if I get a weekend off, I don't know what to do. I swear I'd be in my house going crazy. I'd be so miserable and angry. My girl be like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "I'm not wrestling. I want to wrestle." They get upset. But I've learned to like appreciate those weekends off because it's like you gotta take care of your body. Like I just went
Yeah.
to chiropractor like last month and I was like, God, like I didn't know I was all jacked up like this. And, I'm still, but I got the realignment and everything, so I felt great. I feel good, so it's fun.
Um, I want to definitely talk about the care of the body because that's such a major part of it.
Hmm.
But we've kind of been chit chatting intermittently about the connection of fan and wrestler. And you spoke of Joey G on the Sign Rip podcast.
Hmm.
And he comes with basically a group of dudes. There's probably like 6 or 7 of them that all come together and they do the drives, if you will. And they bring a lot of signs. They bring a
Yep.
lot of energy. They're very creative in what they write and how they present their signs, which is really cool. One of those guys, Terry, you like to say Terry
His
with
name's Jerry.
Jerry.
Yeah, his name's Jerry.
Oh, Jerry, but it's Terry with one Y,
No, 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 no. Two. Jerry two Y's.
two Y's. But he says it's bougie with two O's, like bougie.
No, 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 no. I don't know what's wrong with him. He's losing it. He's losing it. His name's definitely Jerry though. Did you see that he went on a date the other day?
Who?
Yeah, I think you know what, it wasn't Terry, it was the other guy. He went on a date. He was like, "Hey, wrestling fans, tell me what you think." And I told him that like I feel so bad that she's on a date with you. Like you're like you're scum of the earth. Like she can do way better. Such a shame. Such a shame.
uh, boys are boys or girls. That's a connection that we've been speaking of, though. It overflows outside of the ring, outside of the venues, and outside of the states. We're here. He's there. He's traveling, doing his thing. We're up here, or Jackie G and company, or even further from me.
Mhm.
We're all doing our thing away from the wrestling ring and the venues, still making those connections. And that's the fucking thing that it really makes the impact when you guys, again, I come around to that word impact because we wouldn't be still John on the old face page and Twitter and shit like that if those connections weren't made immediately when you guys come out the curtain, the doors for the first time. And I love it all. I love seeing it. We have a blast. Terry and Jackie G and company, they have some of the most fun when J BouJii and company is at the shows.
Yeah, they,
Um,
they be giving me hell, giving me all types of hell. It was like, yeah, he said something like, when somebody said, imagine Bougie when he wins the Climb for Count ladder match and he goes over to him, shoves a briefcase in his face. Then imagine when he wins the championship, like it's just mad different people tweeting like different scenarios between me and him and shit. It'd be crazy. I'd be waking up like, yo, y'all wild. But it'd be some good. It'd be great. I'm like, this is some good booking right here. Then someone like, imagine Bougie at the top, and then Ichiban comes out of nowhere and takes a briefcase. Like that's terrible booking. Who booked this shit? Like who would do that? No, hell no.
uh, but that's the fun we like to have, man, as fans. And the athletes, performers, wrestlers that join in and continue that fun, we embrace the fuck out of that. As you as you can tell, we embrace that so much and we run with it and we have a lot of fun. But that continues though, from like you're saying, you come out over at Invictus, they're kind of making you a little facish over here, and Jackie G and company are just booing you loud and proud.
They're like, nah,
That's
fuck.
that connection though.
They Ooh, like they and then the crazy then PJ comes out next. He's a pure heel over there, like, yeah, Savage. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But it's fun.
Uh,
I like any reaction is better than no reaction. I mean, like if it,
yes.
I like people to give me hell. Like make it fun.
Yeah.
I'm always giving people hell. So it's kind of challenging and it's fun when people do it back to me because now I got to think. I was like, all right, you want to play now? Okay. Now we
And
play.
another thing I wanted to point out, and I know in your promos, you kind of use some colorful language and whatnot, like we're doing in this interview.
Mhm.
But boys and girls at the shows and promoters alike, if any promoter is ever watched any of my interviews, especially this one right now with the way I'm with the topic I'm speaking on, BouJii and company do it without having to use the colorful language. That's what makes it special. That's what makes it wrestling. And I think a lot of that is a connection because you can do it with the kids, to the adults, to the older generation. And I know we've spoken on this with Mr. Waller, and we're going to go through this real quick. Intermission, BST, Flash Waller, he's an absolute face. Mr. BouJii, he's an absolute heel. Well, during intermission, Flash Waller's father, he's over there, and there's some kind of connection going on with Papa Waller and J BouJii. I got some footage of it, and it was absolutely amazing from my perspective. It was something that I'll never ever forget. But it's from kid to adult to even the older generation, Mr. BouJii and company. That's the impact that they make, boys and girls. That's what we've been speaking upon. And I know we've been kind of mowing this topic over in different instances. But without that, what the fuck is the point of going to a wrestling show? Like
Yeah,
for real. What is the point, Mr. BouJii, you know?
and that's the thing where I look at it where it's like you kind of say we're like, so if we're in the ring, we're at a venue, we try to be as professional as possible. So we're mindful if there's kids in the crowd. You know, it's okay if a kid's like, it's, look, first of all, we had a show, right? And the promoters like, listen, no cursing, no nothing. We're like, all right, cool, right? So these kids out here, we want blood. The tables, kill him. You ass. I'm like, wait, what? What's going on? Like, these kids are going crazy out there. But you know, like I remember when I was a kid, and if I got excited, my mom took me out. You know, she'll let one or two words fly like that. So he's like, I know a kid is really having fun when he start using that type of language. It's like, all right, like go ahead. I'm like, what'd you say? Where's your parents? Who raised you? Then the parent gets involved. Hey, don't talk about my kid. Like, what type of shit is that?
Yes.
And you just keep going back and forth. But you know, it's also like it's a challenge too, where they be like, hey, like don't go out there and like and curse, because it's like the biggest promotion in all of professional wrestling is PG. You know, and like this is kind of like training for that. And I was kind of promo on Saturday, and I almost I was like, wait, hold on, can't say that. And I switched it up and everything because certain promotions they want some of that edgy stuff. Like it really varies about the crowd. Like some crowds they want that hardcore, edgy, like not suitable for work type of stuff going on there. Some got this thing where like, hey, I'm bringing my kids out here. I want my kids to enjoy themselves. I don't want them to go home and use language here, use it back in school where I get a phone call. My son said X, Y, and Z, and then now they're tweeting about BouJii. Hey, BouJii, watch your damn mouth. Is that like, nah, I can't have none of that. I don't want none of those problems. But whenever because for instance, like I used to work a lot in retail, and one of the things people I was taught that people could literally just shop online. They don't have to come into the store. They come into the store for an experience. The same way how people don't have to come to these shows. Everything is live streamed now. Everything's like video on demand, YouTube, whatever the case may be. If you're coming to that show, you want an experience. You want something that, hey, I'm glad I came today. You know, and for the people that's watching at home, will make them like, damn, I can't believe I missed this show. I'm going to the next one. You know that, and that's how you just keep people coming back and forth. But yeah, those kids be crazy though. Them kids have quote me some of the craziest thing. I'm like, wow.
uh, but the best thing about, nah, I don't want to say the best thing. One of the best things about wrestling, though, is that banter. It all comes off the cuff. It's all ad lib. It's all feeding off of each other. It's
Yeah,
not like you guys and girls have lines like a comedian will say, has lines written down that they have to perform specifically. You guys and girls can't write nothing down. It's kind of what I do when I go to the shows. Everything is just off the cuff. We do the promos. This interview totally off the cuff. I haven't written a damn thing down. That's one of the best things that I enjoy about that, because to be able to perform like that on the fly, that's smart performing right there. You know what I'm saying? Like you're being quick-witted with
Yeah.
the fans, with the kids, with the adult. Not only that, you're telling the kid with the bad mouth that, where's your parent teaching you that kind of stuff, and you've actually involved the parent all in the same breath, and it only took you like maybe 30 seconds at best, 20
Yeah,
seconds.
yeah, cause you know what it is. It's like I think it might have been the documentary I was watching. I can't remember which one, but it was like it's kind of like live TV, And I think Vince says something like nothing can go wrong on live TV, and why? Because like there is no okay, it's supposed to go this way. If something happens, you keep rolling, you keep
Yeah.
going, And then it's like when you're in the ring, you're the star attraction. Everybody's looking at you. So you don't ever want to get stuck by a kid calling you something like, oh damn, like what do I say? It's like, nah, like if you say like while you're Mason saying that word, I already got my comeback. Because I'm not about to be a clip, little kid flames BouJii. Hell no. That's not gonna be me. I'm gonna get you right back so that you stuck, and then come at intermission, you come dap me up and we talk about it, and then we have a good time.
Embracing the fans during intermissions, post events,
Mm-hmm.
seeing the people, the children, the adults, all alike, and I've seen it. And I even just want to go back to some of the recent media that I've seen as a fan from a distance. You winning titles, your family personally being there,
Yeah.
you being surrounded by some of the parents with their children taking pictures and shit. Bad guy or good guy, it kind of doesn't matter, but making the connection does. And
Mm-hmm.
here we are. We're selling the merch. We're making the connections and taking the pictures and stuff like that. Not all bad guys can pull that shit off, my man. I mean, that's a hard job to do in wrestling, and a million percent kudos for pulling that shit off, because it's
Thank
very
you.
hard to do.
We was at SWF last month, and we literally jumped Brando Lee. Like he went in there and we beat him bad. Like his mom was in the crowd. I'm yelling at his mom like this is your son. You did this to him. This is your boy. Look what I'm doing to him. Like I'm beating him up right in front of his mom. And I'm like you still lose. You still. I'm like did I lose? Did I lose? And like we're just going crazy. Intermission was next, right? We come back out, all four of us. All the kids are running to us. All of the kids. Like I'm like, yo, what's going on here? Like, once every single kid, and it was such a great venue too. Like, all the kids were like, hey, autograph, please, can I have your autograph? Can I have it? Some kid came up to us. He was like, yo, can you sign my face? I'm like, no, I'm not signing your like, what? And then he went to face and said, face, can you sign my face? And face was like, all right, and just signed his face. And then in that moment too, I'm like, all right, like what can I do here? Because I just came out here and beat somebody up. So I started telling kids like, yo, listen, I'm not signing nothing unless you give me the shirt off your back. Kids started to take their shirt. I'm like, all right, nah, I don't want your shirt. It's okay. One kid gave me his shoe. Like it was just crazy, and just seeing that it was like it don't really matter about the heel or face stuff. It's if you're connecting. It like literally like 9 out of 10 times it's the females that have the longest lines there. I've been to venues where like the line is long for female talent. We had everybody surrounding that ring to come see us, and that's when we were like, we just different. Like we just connect with everybody.
Yes.
And plus,
So
we still want to sell our merch, so we be nice just a little bit. Gotta make some type of money.
that's so fucking cool, man. I mean, for real, seeing you guys blossom as men, as athletes, as professionals, performers. You guys are and that's why I love seeing the young talent. I want to catch the young talent at the beginning of their careers,
Yeah, you
and I just
call
love seeing the growth.
you definitely call all of us like that night was it was crazy because we went into there and it's like we kind of knew like the scouting report on Waves and Curls. We knew who they were up there because PJ he does the work. He's like, all right, what are we walking into? He knew it. We didn't know too much about damn, what was Frosty and TJ's tag team name?
We don't like to talk about that, but it was called Cold Cash.
Yeah, Cold Cash, TJ Yacht Club. Miss you, my boy.
Oh,
Um,
please.
but we knew it was going on in there, and we just made it work. But the growth is crazy. I know it. I know it, and just how like I carry myself with a lot of things. I don't gotta be as loud as I used to be, but I still like being loud because people just expect it from me sometimes. But I'm a bit more controlled loud, so it's fun.
I could totally feel that and see that. I did want to kind of speak on the promos. The topic has come up a couple times.
Hmm.
PJ Savage always has these, aggressive, promos and whatnot. But my man, over the course of the past, I don't know, I'll go on a limb and say the past 6 months, something has clicked and triggered inside this dude's head. His promos have been even more aggressive, more on fire, with more of a message, uh, evolving again right in front of our faces.
So I like to tell them, and what we like to call it, or their layers, right? So anytime something happens to any of us, or we feel like we get shunned, or we get the short end of the stick, and like we get aggravated or frustrated about it, adds another layer, adds another layer. Like if you hear a promo from us, I'm gonna say 10 out of 10 times there's some real shit that happened that we're talking about that and why we're saying that in a promo. Like everything is real. Like sometimes like if we don't got nothing, we not cutting. We're gonna wait until like we feel that energy because it's like you can't everything in there like you said off the cuff. Like we can't fabricate that. Like it's all real. So like once they be like 3, 2, 1, go, like you're completely locked in when you go. And then the thing with PJ, and we had this conversation like last year, I want to say maybe July or so, and he didn't want to be the guy that had all the belts. He didn't want to be the guy that was a champion. Or he's like, I just want to be a guy here who's a great worker and everyone knows who I am. Like I don't want the belts. And I told him, it's like, if they giving it to you or they want you to do it, why not take all that shit, bro? Take everything. Like we were takeover. Take that shit, bro. Because end of the day, perception is reality. And if someone's holding a belt and you're not, they're gonna think that guy is better than you. Straight like that. That's just what it is. Like we grew up knowing, like, oh, you're the champion, you're number one. You feel me? It was no like, oh, uncrowned champion or oh yeah, he's a people's champion, no pun to the rock. But it's just like visual. We're visual learners. We're visual adapters. We see everything. If you have that strap on you, then all right, that means you're the man. And then from that conversation, he done locked in. He's locked in on a different level. He got this thing that says by design now. So that man, he's just really smart with a lot of things that he does. And I just kind of just be there watching him, like, oh, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. Yeah. It's like okay, then we all got different roles. Like I like to say, PJ's that guy that is the one that he has that professionalism to him. He got that'll go up, talk to a booker, do the X, Y, and Z. Hey, like how you doing? That's never really been me. Although I can do it, I connect with the boys more. For me, the locker room, that's where I connect with people a lot more. Where it's like, yo, what's going on, BouJii? How you doing? Because it's like PJ, I don't know, like PJ has such like that like overpowering father figure aspect to him that when he talks to people, people think they in trouble. But if BouJii come by, it's like, oh, what's good, BouJii? How you doing? Like, yo, bro, I'm feeling. You feel me? We do the whole talk and everything like that. It's definitely funny, but I think that's why we all work well together because we all got different aspects and different capabilities within each other that it just works. Like it just works and it's gonna work as long as it works. And even when it doesn't work no more, we're gonna find a way to make it work in our own way.
Evolving, no matter what is going on. That's what you guys and girls do in wrestling. We speak about it all the time on this show.
You got to.
Um,
You can't
yeah,
like can't be stagnant. Like even the other day I was trying to figure out like what's next for me. Like what can I do next that's a little different. You feel me? Because I mean, granted, I've been out here for just a year now, and I don't necessarily need to change anything, but I like to be ahead of the game. I want to start tuning stuff up. So it's like, well, this is where it changed for him. That's smart. He did that then, or this and that. Like you want to keep a pulse on everything. Like, all right, like I'm good now.
I can totally feel that. Now there was some YouTube action, and I believe it's still going on. Documentation of being on the road, and you can, and you guys doing your thing, and that beautiful smile says everything that I need to know, because you can see it. You guys are having a shitload of fun out there,
Yeah,
doing your thing and doing the drives and whatnot. And we've spoken, all of the talent basically. We speak of the stories that come off, the memories that come off of the road. With all of that documentation going on and all of the shows that you guys have been picking up in the course of the past 12 months since we've spoken, is there any maybe a moment or two that you can maybe throw at us and talk to us, the fans, and just share a moment that really sticks out, that's kind of happened to you? Look at that smile. See, that's what I'm talking about, boys and girls. There's a couple. And if they're not legal and you can't, that's okay. But
I
give us, you know.
so all right, so this moment actually goes back to XWA in a way. So it was like one of our first times going up there, and we went. You know how the parking lot is over there, like it's like open. It's just open, you know. So all the guys know the usual up there. Ichi, Flash, Kylon, Haven. They're all over there, like further down, right? We part mad far away from them. So we're walking, and I bullshit you. It's like the way the sun was. It was like we was doing like the evolution walk. So every time for us are walking, we'll just start doing something like evolution is a mystery. Then I'll start doing the whole theme there, and then that shit was funny. So then we had a show in January, right? And to be 100% honest with you, Kincaid, none of us wanted to do that show. None of us wanted to do it because it was just so much BS going on, and it was just like we didn't feel respected. It was a lot of behind the scenes stuff that we didn't appreciate because like we're good dudes. Feel me? Like we'll help break down that ring. We'll help do whatever you need. Like we don't ask for nothing. Like it's not like, oh, we did this for you, so give me that. Like nah, like we just come in there, we like to have fun. We didn't want to go there. So same thing happened. We're shooting the Savage season. It's actually up there too. It's one of the episodes. I'll send you the link. And we're doing the walk again, and I just start doing the evolution song. And PJ's like, "How the fuck do you know this?" I'm like, "Bro, I had the CD. I was in the CD every day." And we're just walking, doing the walk. And it was like what turned out being a day where it was like we didn't want to be there. It was actually one of the best days for us because like we had fun like outside of the show. Like the Savage Season stuff was hilarious. The being in the car was funny. Like we took a we took a drive to go to Wawa and behind first of all we was mad hungry. There was a Popeyes behind the Wawa. I mean like why the hell we ain't go there? We like yo bro I ain't see it like we ain't know. So while we inside of there, right, a dude drives by and he doesn't have a door. He's missing a whole door in his car. It was just like mad tape and plastic, and we caught it on. And then we was watching it was a match. It was Low Key versus some dude. I forgot his name, but Low Key did like that running like flip kick that he does with people, knocked him out, and we were just looking at that shit like nah, bro, that's a shoot. It's like, is it a shoot? It's like, nah, that's a shoot. Like, we over there trying to figure out was it a shoot, was it a work? Like, it was just so much fun because, like I said, we didn't want to be there. We did not want to be there at all. But when you're on the road with your guys and just like that's your family. Like we like to say like so we say like PJ's like the dad of the group. Jacko he's a female of the group. Like he's a girlfriend. Like he be so moody so moody, but like he's a great dude. We'll catch him sometimes. And then Face, you never know where Face is at. Like you literally don't know. Like I swear to God, like right now, let's say if we're looking at each other here and you blink and I'm gone, that's how like Face is. Like he moves like that fast. It's like how like we'd be like, yo, where's Face? He's like, are you really asking that right now? It's like, you're right. Why even ask that? And then me, where they're just like, yo, like they say, like, BouJii, you're just like the loud one. Like you got the chip on your shoulder. Like you don't care. I'm like, bro, I don't care. Like I'm gonna do whatever I want. Like who gonna say something? That's just the whole attitude for it. But that was a good thing. Like Savage season, like Jacko and Face, they don't like doing it, but PJ makes them do it. And then I get my appearances in there whenever. It's really fun. Like it's some good stuff there. It's dope.
It adds a different element to the said drives, if you
Mm-hmm.
will, because you know it's being recorded. And it's not like you turn on a switch to be any kind of different, but there's just a certain element when that little red button is on the record. You know what I'm saying? Like you just feel a different energy. Some more fun may come out of you or whatever. But it's all natural and
So now,
organic, and that's the best shit about watching that kind of stuff, because it's so organic.
yeah, and that's all PJ's baby. That's all his, cause like I can't do that. I don't have the time to like edit. Like I get like frustrated. Like I'll try something, and if the transition doesn't move, I'm like, all right, fuck it. I close my laptop. I'm like, I'm not doing this shit. Hell no. Like my guy Jesse. Like you talk about the promo stuff. Jesse does all my promos. Does all my t-shirt designs. He does everything. I'm like, yo, Jesse, I need this. This. He's like, all right, cool. Give him a day or two. He gets it back. Yo, thank you, bro. Like I, editing, not me. Not me. I can't do that. He does it, bro. I don't know how he does it. Like I don't know, like that shit is just so much patience that like I don't have. And then sometimes I think it's just the bougie in me too that just be like, no, I'll just go pay somebody to do it. Like, it's like nah, this is not it.
I could see you getting all wild eyed just trying to put a video together. I could just see it. I really could.
The video on like the docket itself, it kills me. I can't do it. It never works, and I'll be trying to find the too much, bro. Too much.
Oh shit. Obviously, we don't know what the future holds for us, but J BouJii, PJ Savage, the faceless one, Shotgun Face. You guys are collectively the takeover, and by freaking hook or crick, you guys right now, legit, have taken over. You have all the gold in IWF.
Hold on, I'll be right back. Hold on.
Yeah, please. Yes, we love that shit. Give it to us, Boosh. Gonna see some gold. And I'm usually not all excited when I'm around J BouJii. Usually I feel this weird kind of vibe. I don't know. I put on this J BouJii shirt, put on the old heel shit apparel with the old DK pin, and I've been feeling good talking to BouJii tonight. It's kind of weird. This is like a
What about that gold? There you go right there. And you know what I'm trying to do too. I'm working on something new. Like this is a nice belt, but it just ain't bougie.
I was about to say that's not bougie enough.
It's
Actually,
not. It's not. So I'm working on something with this. Don't worry about it. I'm working on something. I just want to give you a little look at it, a little look see.
No, thank you so much. We love seeing the gold like that. Now that looks very new. Did when you said rebrand, they gave all new championships, or is that a previous championship?
So we got like this joke, which is really a reality, where it's like shit always goes wrong for me, Jacko, and Face, but anything with PJ goes perfect. So like the Face ones, they're supposed to get new straps coming in, didn't make it. Mom supposed to come in, didn't make it, and it was like, okay, oh PJ, here, your new belt is. Like, come on, bro, like how does this happen? Like what is going on here? I'm sick of this.
He must have been happy though.
Nice. The belts are very, very nice. They're very nice. Like PJ's belt is really nice. Faces one's belts are really nice. Mine is going to be very nice. I'm waiting, so it's fun. I'm just having a lot of fun, Kincaid. Just having a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
If you don't, please, boys and girls, if you're not having fun, fix what you're not having fun with. Pull back the reins a little bit. Take a hiatus and try to figure yourself out as a character. If you're having trouble upstairs, fix that. If you're having trouble at home and it's kind of affecting where you're at on the road and trying to perform, fix that. Just take some time because we don't want to see you quit. We want to see you persevere. So figure that shit out and get back out there and do it correctly. Don't keep trudging through the same old shit. Like we were talking evolution. Sometimes you just got to change a tweak a little here.
Something so minor. Something so minor is like there's actually this one Katie I've been talking to him for months. His name is Johnny too. And he's a senior in high school right now. He wants to do wrestling and everything. And he's like, bro, like I be battling depression, X, Y, and Z. I be like, yo, bro, like don't even stress that. Like hit me up anytime you want. And it's like, we'll be talking out of nowhere. Like he been in art class. He drew me like 2 times. Like, yo, bro, here I could be better. I'm like, nah, bro, I appreciate everything. Like
Yeah.
we'll get on the game, right? And so we was talking one time, right? We was talking about Call of Duty. So yeah, bro, don't worry about it. Like I'm gonna show you how to shoot. I'm gonna show you how to use this gun and that gun. His mom was like, you're talking about guns, and we're like, no, 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 we're talking about Call of Duty. Like out of context, the conversation looks so crazy. It looked but I try to look at it because I always told myself when I was like younger, it like, oh, if I got one person to reply to me, if I ever got like John Cena reply to me, Batista, Undertaker, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, like that would mean the world to me. So it's like I try to be that person that I didn't have whenever I was that age. So anybody ever want to talk to me, need somebody to talk to, like feel free, hit me up. I might not see it immediately, but I'm going to see it. Like we have that conversation. Sometimes people just need to talk. That's all you need.
Absolutely. And like, when you're doing the floating thing on the medias, and I'll catch not feeling the best today, or you see some kind of quirky status, I will
Hmm.
always, Mr. BouJii, I am not the best person to get uh, an advice giver, if you will, if you will. But I will always, always, and forever, anytime I see a post like that, I will always get on the old messenger and be like, "Hey, man, I've talked to a lot of the boys and girls on the side, and kind of talk them through some stuff. If you ever want to chit chat, here's my phone number. Fuck messenger and that outside shit. Here's my phone number. Call me." I've actually had them just call me immediately. I've had people, some of the wrestlers call me in an hour or maybe the next night, and we
Hmm.
just chit chatted about whatever.
Yeah.
I'll always try to be there for the guys and girls because, as we know, and you've kind of touched upon in a very, very small spurt, was the behind the scenes always isn't peaches and cream, and there's a lot of shit behind there. So not all of the talent can rely on their brothers and sisters behind the curtain.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to be that guy. If you want to fucking bullshit with me, nothing. There's not one thing that has ever been told to me that I've ever overflowed to another person, another promoter, another anybody.
Hmm.
And I feel that love right there, Mr. BouJii, because sometimes it just takes somebody to be like, "Hey, let's play Call of Duty then." If you're down in the dumps, fuck that. Let's play some Call of Duty and do something. I feel the love, Mr. BouJii. I know. Again, we have a roller coaster relationship, but that right there, that shows much character, and I appreciate you on that.
No, yeah, of course. I guess I just want to be the guy that I didn't have, and it's like I've learned that like it's not about you. Like you here to like that saying like leave the business better than what it was. Like it's a real thing, but I look at it more than just the business, just like life, just like your impact on everybody. Like you don't know how far you just like retweeting someone's tweet or liking someone's comment or doing any stuff can go for that said person. So it's like I try to be that guy. It's like, yo, look what BouJii did. BouJii did this, he did that. It's like someone was like, yo, you're a real asshole in the ring, but like I like you. I, I like you. Like I've had little kids be like, they be all scared and be like, I'd be like, listen, I don't want to tell nobody.
I, I know the art of kayfabe has really trickled off over the evolution of wrestling to where it is in its present time. And I've spoken of guys like Dan the Man, who legit, whew, that dude, like Ric Flair back in the day. Ric Flair was Ric Flair. If he was in a convenience store, if he
Yeah.
was eating at a restaurant, that guy did not turn it off because he just kept it on 24/7. That was how he is. Dan the Man is kind of locally. Dan the Man is that guy around here who kind of keeps that kayfabe really legitly alive in this area. There's a couple others that I could speak on, but you do that to a certain degree because you open yourself up to allow the multiple age groups come and join you for a little chit chat
Mhm.
and a little fun with the autographs and the merch and just that connection and the pictures. But you guys have always done that. I've seen from when I've met you to where we are today. You guys try to keep that.
Yeah.
you know, that world alive, if you will.
Yeah, it's just like it's like a respect for the business, and it's just so that way like people like the phrase like carny shit, or people don't try to like look down and like, oh, you're out there just pretending, and it's like, nah, like this is really who I am. Like what you see in the ring is literally who I am when I'm just with my guys in the back. So a kid comes up to me like, can I get an autograph? I'll be like, no. He'll look at the guy, I'm just playing with you. Come here. And I'll sign it. Like, I'm still gonna give you a little bit of a jackass, a little bit of asshole to it, but it's all case by case. Like a lot of things are subjective. You feel me? Like you got to figure out what works in which scenario and how to apply it. Like read the room, just read the room, and you'll be fine. But like I said, like we're entertainers end of the day, and I just like to put on a good show, either inside or outside the ring, and be professional as well. But it's just fun. It literally is just fun. Like if I could wrap it all up into one word, it's just fun. Just having fun. Just having fun. That's the main important thing.
That's such a great message and a great sentiment to really kind of bring this all to an end, because we boo the piss out of you. You make us do that. That's your job. That's our job in return. We have a shitload of fun as we've talked in this past hour, 10 minutes. The connections, if you will, may it be with yourself, PJ, the Faceless Ones, or together as a takeover. We've seen, well, I haven't seen personally, but with the footage in the media that I've seen at IWA, you're making the connections as you're legit taking over.
Mm-hmm.
Before I do let you go, where can we find yourself, PJ Savage, the Faceless Ones, the Takeover? Is there a page that is legit the Takeover? What do
Yes.
we got going on in the medias?
Yeah, so right now we're actually working on a page that's just for us, because on May 20th we'll be going up against Shane Taylor Promotions with Invictus Pro Wrestling. So yeah, so it's gonna be PJ Savage in the main event that night going against Shane Taylor. It's gonna be the Faces ones going up against Moses and O'Shea Edwards, the Big Bad Kaiju. And it's gonna be myself, J BouJii, in a bodega street fight against Rev Ron Hunt. So that is gonna be it's gonna be something that's gonna change the game. Like we talk about opportunities and how we just need that one like stepping stool is gonna be that, because Shane Taylor Promotions, your reaction says it all right there. Says
Yeah,
it all.
a big plate to fill, my friend. A big
Yes,
plate to
says it
fill.
all. And we want that. Like it's easy for us to say like, oh, some people might say, oh, you're just big fish in a small pond. Well, no, like all right, we're gonna go to this ocean, we're gonna go for the biggest shark that's out there, the biggest whales that's out there, the biggest of anything out there, and we're gonna take y'all out too. So Shane Taylor Promotions, y'all better be ready. Feel me? Because like you got BouJii, a god figure. You got Jacko, the greatest damn showman that there is. You got Face, a demon, a devil, everything. You got the Savage, a professional wrestling. PJ Savage, main event Savage. And on May 20th at Knights of Columbus, along with Invictus Pro Wrestling, we're absolutely going to kick y'all ass. And to you, Rev, to you specifically, we've had this back and forth a lot on Twitter and everything where you say you got to get it back in blood. And we're going to get it back in blood. I'm going to get mine 100%. I'm not afraid to bleed. I've bled before. I done been through we done been through tags. I done got sawed across my head, all type of things. So this bodega street fight is gonna tell that story. And hell, listen, and even if you want, we could throw this up too. We could talk to the people. We could throw this up too. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Listen, even if Shane won a heavyweight title match against PJ, I'm pretty sure he'll throw that up. Face ones want to put up their tax, they'll throw that up too. We'll put all the gold up against y'all. It won't make a difference, but we'll see how that goes. But nonetheless, we will be facing FTP on May 20th at Knights of Columbus. It's going to be a hell of a show, and of course, there's going to be the Invictus card that's going to be announced, and which the Invictus card is looking very, very, very great right now. Very great now, right now. And also, we got Sean Maluda coming through from the Samoan Dynasty. Yeah, Maluda's coming by. He gonna be there, and then we got a big surprise that we're actually gonna announce later on tonight for New York City. So I'll definitely keep in the loop with that, Kincaid. But in
Okay.
other words, to find Takeover everywhere, it's J BouJii. You'll find it. It's gonna be one of the first things come up on your Twitter, your Instagram, Facebook. Same thing with the Faceless ones. They're on Twitter for Faceless One 666. Yes, Faces a sicko, so he did put 666. And PJ Savage on everything, everywhere. You'll be able to find us, and definitely come out May 20th. May 20th is going to be the day. Kincaid, we might need you to make that trip, Kincaid.
Ooh, man. I was gonna look. I was gonna look at my phone to see what my schedule is, but I'm kind of recording with it.
Look at that schedule, man. We definitely want you there. We got a front row seat waiting with your name on it.
Oh
That
wow.
yeah, that was kind of my mission on coming on here today to let people know what's going on and to invite you, Kincaid. We want you there. You know,
All
so
right.
grab your guys up, do whatever you got to do. But there's a front row seat waiting for you and whatever plus one or two that you may have.
Wow. We're definitely gonna have to look at the old schedule then. Quite the offer from one J BouJii
Yeah,
and
no,
the takeover.
we
Wow.
must be another universe right now. Being nice to
No
King.
shit.
This is
I
great.
know.
You know, I just grew as a person, or did I? I don't know. We'll see.
I'm wearing the merch. He's giving out some love. I
Yeah,
mean, what a hell of a time we had.
the official takeover T-shirt as well.
Yes.
You know, we
Yes,
have
the
that too.
merch.
Very good.
Well, Mr. BouJii, this was quite different than our first interview, I gotta say, a year ago. A little more calmed down, if you will,
Hmm.
and not so rabid. We've spoken on that actually this evening. But I really do absolutely thank you for taking some of the time out of your life to talk to us and the fans and
Nah,
being able to give us some of that connection a little bit more, and more importantly though, to give us all of that takeover information, because that's really what this was all about, to be honest with you boys and girls, was to really get that focal point on the takeover, being the four of those guys that we've spoken upon many a time. We kind of got carried away with the connection of fans, but that's okay. That's where conversation takes us
that
in different
that's
directions.
real. That's real. That's sometimes I need to be spoken upon in this business, and to see a guy like myself and like the rest of us who have such a strong impact with fans, we gotta talk on that. So it's all good, you know. But May 20th is definitely the day to remember.
All right. Well, I'm going to check my schedule. Hopefully, we got something open, and we'll try to make some arrangements, my friend.
Yes, let's do it.
Well, what a hell of a interview that was. I thought it was going to be very rocky, and it was not. On the contrary, with all of that, this is Stirring the Pot with Don Kincaid, and my very special guest, 1/4 of the takeover himself, J BouJii. Thank you
Yes,
so
of
much, my man.
course. God bless.